I'm just going to start that recording. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Especially Jen behind the scenes.
At least it's not smell-o-vision.
Yeah, imagine. Do you imagine? It'd be grim.
Have you got a drink?
Yes.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
You're fine. Because you can drink on this, it's no problem.
Okay.
Even if it's loud gulping.
It's going to be, because it's like a crackly bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Should I get a cup?
No. My actual drinking's really loud.
Is it?
Yeah. In fact, I might have one of these now before we start.
I'm really glad that I've got my best gym gear on, not.
Sorry, we can only see from there down.
Yeah, but the shorts are the best part of it.
Oh, yeah. They are very nice shorts. Okay. Good to go?
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
first? Dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yo, yo, yo! It's become a thing now that I start like that, and it's completely accidental because I do not. I don't often say yo. I don't know where it's come from.
It's like an awkward, nervy thing, isn't it? When you're like,
yeah. All my YouTube videos and like Instagram videos, they start off with yo, yo, yo. I don't know.
Trademark.
It just comes out. I don't know.
You should paint it that.
As soon as someone says we're live, then it's like, yo! I turn into a homie. I don't know why. Right, so I am Natalie. This is What Do Tigers Dream Of? And with me I have Gemma.
Hey.
Gemma is my very good friend. So I've dragged her onto this podcast. Before this podcast, I dragged her through a workout.
Which was hell. It is the hottest day of the year, just to clarify.
Yeah.
And the first workout I've done in about 8 weeks.
Yeah, and we did it in my living room, which is the hottest room in the house. Oh, she made me open the back door halfway through.
I can't even walk up the stairs anymore.
Yeah, you literally crawled up the stairs.
I crawled up the stairs just a minute ago, yeah, that's true.
So yeah, we're fresh and sweaty from a workout. We didn't bother showering or anything, so if you're watching us rather than listening to us, enjoy that. Yeah. We're wearing our gym gear.
Sticking to the chairs.
Yeah, we did blow dry the sweat out of our hair though, didn't we? That's why we look a bit puffy.
Made a little bit of an effort.
Right, let's get into the dream. So I asked Gemma to try and write down or remember a dream.
I didn't know that one.
Oh, Alexa wants to get involved.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't say her name.
Wow.
Yeah, get out of it, Alexa.
This is our show.
Rude. Okay, so straight into our dream. I'm going to start because I always do.
Okay.
So, again, I'm just going to write down the blurb that I quickly wrote on my phone the moment I open my eyes. So I open my eyes, quickly get it down before my brain just goes, yeah, we don't need that information anymore. So it's all in bits. I'm going to write down exactly what I wrote and then maybe try and clarify what I meant. So exactly what I wrote was mini break and chalet with smudge. I could explain now. I might go back over it. I'm just going to read it. So had a tiny double and he wouldn't settle. Had dinner with Sharon during her session and restaurant was full. So had to share table with 2 women. Asked to scooch up. On leaving for home, had to tidy chalet, Leonie and Emily there. I went to a different toilet block before hitting the road. Big party where I danced on top of a Ford Ranger to scooter. Now that sounds like a good time. Yeah, I know. Right.
Wow.
So, let me just go into that a bit more.
So random.
Really? Are you actually shocked?
Like, well, no, actually I'm not.
No, I was going to say.
I feel like I've got even more of an insight into your brain now. Makes sense.
So, mini break. Went for a mini break in a chalet.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm desperate to go on holiday, so fine. With Smudge. Now, Smudge is my cat that died when I was 18.
Oh.
Yeah, so
you took your cat on holiday?
Yeah, I took my old cat, Smudge. He's actually, his ashes are up there.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, he died many years ago, but he was there. So I had a tiny double bed, and he just wouldn't settle down. You know, when you're like on holiday and your pets are just like, oh, we're not in our normal place.
I can't say I've ever taken my cat on holiday.
No, but I have taken my dog on holiday.
Same, yeah,
and they don't generally settle straight away, do they?
Yeah.
So they're very much aware that they're in somewhere else. Then I had dinner with Sharon during her session. So Sharon is one of my clients.
Okay.
So
she was on holiday with you, or you bumped into her?
No, I think she was there, and she was paying me for a session. Instead of having a session, we had dinner.
Where was this chalet? Was it abroad?
No, I think it was in this country.
Okay.
So yeah, we had dinner in her session. But the restaurant was too full, so we had to share a table with 2 women. But like the waitress came over and asked us to scooch up, so it was a table for 4, but there was only 2 of us. So then 2 randoms came and sat with us. Now, has that happened to you on holiday before? Like, it happens to me quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah, abroad they seem to be okay with that. They're like, oh, the restaurant's full, come sit here. And I'm like, oh, okay, now we sort of have to watch what we say to each other because there's two random people with us. Or you get really nice people, you end up starting a conversation and you meet people that way.
I feel like I've seen it happen, but I don't think it's ever happened to me.
It happens to me all the time.
Can I just like backtrack on a bit there?
Yeah.
So Sharon's paying for a session.
Yeah. Yeah.
And paying for herself to have dinner too.
Yeah.
And not getting a session.
Yeah.
Sharon.
I know.
Wow.
In my dream, it was perfectly acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
In real life, I would never do that. So then, when we had to leave the chalet, obviously you always tidy up your holiday home, don't you? Now, my friend Leonie and my friend Emily were there, but for some reason they did not come for dinner with us. But they were helping me clean up the chalet. And you know, just before you get on the road, you need to pee, like a just in case pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danger wee.
Danger wee. So I used a different toilet block to what I had been using because I feel like it was one of these holiday camp situations. So we've got a chalet, but there's like these big toilet blocks because there's also like camping going on. I think this stems from the fact that the night before this dream, I was talking about going camping. Yeah. So it was like a camping situation, but we didn't have a tent, we had a chalet. Anyway, and then completely side note, there was a big party and I danced on top of a Ford Ranger to Scooter. And I can tell you the song, it was, Scooter, are you ready? You know that one? No?
No,
It was brilliant. And you know, Ford Ranger.
Good choice of car. Yeah.
Yeah,
good
really.
Choice of car. That's the car I want. That's my dream car.
Oh my god, it's mine.
Mustang's my dream car, but that's my second dream car.
No, so Ford Ranger is not my dream car. It's my realistic dream car. Like I could have a Ford Ranger. Yeah. Like if I was having a dream car, then I would have something way more.
Yeah, I'd have a vintage
expensive.
Mustang.
Yeah,
proper old
like
school.
That.
Mustang.
Yeah, but like the Ford Ranger is the car I actually want.
Yeah,
I'm striving towards.
Do it
because it's more realistic.
Orange.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You knew it.
Yeah.
I was just about to say it. I only want one if it's orange.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
it's a great dream.
And in my dream, it was an orange one.
Yeah.
And I was stood on top of it. So I don't know if it was mine. It wasn't clear. But I was on top of it dancing to a rave situation.
Nice.
I was having a brilliant time.
You had a great dream.
Yeah.
Were you gutted when you woke up?
No, I was more concerned about getting this written down. So I didn't have time to think like that. I was like, quick, get this on my phone. Because you lose it straight away.
I do.
So yeah, let's talk about you then.
I have that problem every single morning. I have the most vivid dreams, probably a bit more like sinister than that. That's like a nice, fun dream. I always end up having, from what I remember of the dreams, like just really quite dramatic, action-packed dreams. And they're so vivid and so much happens. And then I wake up in the morning and it's gone. And all I can normally remember, like I've written down like various ones from past week. And all I can remember is like one part of that dream. But throughout that entire day, I can remember the entire dream, but it's in like this back corner of my brain. Like the total back corner of my brain. And I can see it, but I can't reach it. So I can't verbalise what it is. So I can't give you a detailed description of a dream like that. But I know I have dreams like that. And I know I do. Because I wake up in the morning, I'm like, whoa. that was messed up, or whoa, that was fun, or, you know, terrifying.
But you just can't access it.
I just can't access it. And I know it's there. It's really strange.
Is that one of those things where the moment you even think about trying to say it or write it down, you're ruining it almost straight away?
Almost, yeah. But it's annoying because I can, like I said, like, so for example, I woke up the other morning and I was an undercover cop at an illegal rave.
Excellent.
But that's all I can remember. But now I remember that sentence and I can see the dream in the back of my back corner of my brain. I can see it. And I can remember all these things that happened, but the minute I try and get it from that to the front of my brain, the back of my brain, I can't do it. I just can't. But I remember I was an undercover cop at an illegal rave. And it was epic.
Was it a really good rave?
I think so, but I was not allowed to enjoy it because, you know, I was working as an undercover cop.
But you were undercover, so you need to be able to look like you're having a good time.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I guess. Because I couldn't do anything. I was just, you know, gaining information. So yeah, I was getting paid to enjoy a rave. So that was one of them.
So you said that they tend to be quite sinister. Were you quite stressed in this situation then? Was it a rave and it was quite stressful?
I think it was quite a dangerous position to be in because we were in with loads of like drug dealers and stuff, and like it was that if you get caught, you're probably going to get shot. So I think that's where it was the stress. But like I watch a lot of like detective stuff, and I love that. So even though it's stressful, like that wasn't like a sinister as in like I woke up and hated it. I was terrified. That was I woke up and I was like, yeah, that was badass. Yeah, but I don't remember what happened. I wish I did, and I wish I knew how cool I looked at the time because I reckon I definitely looked really cool.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have been in uniform.
No, but like, you're just cool. You have that aura about you, don't
you?
Oh,
right, yeah, like,
cop. But also,
I got this.
You know, I'm undercover as a drug dealer, so like...
So you dressed like a drug dealer. How do they dress?
I don't know, I've never met one. I've never met one. Like, all I can go by is what I see on the TV shows, and like, just pretty normal people.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
That's probably why they don't get caught.
They have an aura of confidence about them.
Yeah, I can imagine. You know from experience?
No.
It's just for the TV.
Yeah, because I also watch a lot of those programmes. What's your favourite? I love Law and Order.
Line of Duty.
Oh.
I love Line of Duty.
I tried to get into that. I did.
Love it.
I watched one episode.
I binge watched the entire thing at the beginning of lockdown, the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, lots of people have said it's good. I just haven't.
So good. It took a while to get into it. It took me about 3 episodes.
Yeah, see, I didn't give it that long.
Yeah, 3 episodes. It was really good.
No, I like my old school Law and Order, SVU.
I need to get back into all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like Dexter as well. You seen Dexter?
No, didn't watch that.
That was good.
What's the other one that I like? Oh, Criminal Minds. Love Criminal Minds.
I've not seen that. But yeah, that was one of them. And then another one I had, so this might be a sinister one, but I remember having a great time. But at this moment, all I can remember is I was out for a really big bike ride with one of my friends, and I was cycling along, and then I went to use the brakes, and the brakes didn't work.
Oh, that's stressful.
I can't remember the scenario before it. I remember I was cycling. I can't remember what happened afterwards. Whether the brakes didn't work and I rode off a cliff, or I don't know. I have no idea. I can't remember. And I didn't even remember that dream when I first woke up. I remembered that dream about 3 hours later when I was out for a cycle. And I stopped and I was like, oh, thank God my brakes worked this time. And then I was like, that's a weird thing to think. And then I remembered part of that dream and I was like, oh.
Oh, wow. That is stressful.
That's stressful. That is stressful. But it didn't stress me enough that I woke up feeling stressed. So I think it was just like, that was more
That might not have been the last dream you had though.
No.
So maybe you didn't wake up feeling stressed because you were at a rave after that.
Maybe.
Maybe you were fine with it.
Maybe I was no longer undercover at the rave and I was actually enjoying the rave.
Yeah.
So that was that one. And then another one I remember, I told you I had a few. I remember, again, this one is very bizarre. And I think it stems from the detective side of things, but I remember being at work, but it didn't look like work.
Yeah.
So I work in a country estate, but this looked like an industrial unit. But I was doing my job at my work, but this was an industrial unit.
Right.
And I remember I was running away from something or running after something. And as I was running through this industrial unit, there was like 4 members of staff and 4 Japanese ninjas. And these ninjas were teaching the staff self-defense because all of a sudden we had to protect ourselves. I mean, I work in probably one of the safest places in the world, but like in the country, but we had to protect ourselves. So they were doing ninja classes for all the staff. And as I was running through, I remember the 4 particular members of staff. No one I knew. They were totally new to me. So this is nothing personal. But they sucked. Like, they literally were awful at these self-defense. Like,
Were you any good?
Oh no, I was running past.
Oh right.
I think I'd already done my self because I was doing like parkour and shit. So I think I have done my self-defense and I passed it with flying colours.
Isn't that really annoying? In your dreams, you tend to be really good at stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh no.
Yeah. And it's like really like misleading as well, because if I believed what was in my dreams, I'd be jumping off buildings thinking I could do parkour tomorrow. Like, no drama.
Yeah.
No drama. I could fly a plane in my dream as well.
You tend to be really light in your dreams,
Yeah.
don't you? And then when you
Yeah.
wake up, suddenly gravity feels
Yeah.
really heavy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh.
that's great. I never thought of
Yeah,
that.
because like in your dream you're like, oh, I can jump and I can leap
Yeah.
and I can slip, and then you
Yeah.
wake up and you're like, oh, my bones are just
Yeah.
really heavy.
I'm so grounded right
You're
now.
so grounded.
Can't deal with this. It's just weird. Like, dreams are just such an odd concept. I'd love to analyse. I'd love to be able to like hear a full dream of mine and analyse what it means.
No, I'm not sure I'd like to analyse it.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't want to be told, oh, you're fucked up.
And actually, who's to say that they're right? Their analysis of it is right.
Yeah. I'd like to remember more. You're right about that.
Do you know what I think would be the perfect scenario is if like we analysed each other's dreams? So like, you trust my opinion, I trust yours, and I'm not going to judge you for your dreams, you're not going to judge me for mine. And if we gave it, I think this dream means...
But I've read stuff before, so I have like a tiny bit of like, you know, just little snippets of
Yeah.
knowledge. Like apparently, like have you had the dreams where your teeth fall out?
No.
No, people
No,
do
I've
that.
not.
That is like a thing, a common thing that people dream about the teeth falling out, and that generally means that you're anxious about money.
Really?
I think I'm sure I've read that somewhere.
It's an obvious connection.
Yeah.
I used to have like a reoccurring, so when I was a kid I used to have this reoccurring nightmare or dream or whatever you call it. It was a nightmare. And I remember it, and it was not, I don't know how to explain it. Again, I can see it in my head, but it was like, it was normally when I fevered, when I had like a fever as a kid. And I would be very, very, very small in my head. And everything around me would be very, very big. But the things around me were like 3D cubes, but they would just be there floating around, like tormenting me. And I'd be tiny, but then I'd go and try and touch them. And like when I would touch them, I could touch my... So I was obviously touching, I was doing this in my dream probably, because all I could touch was the inside of my fingers. Yeah, I've got this cube that I'm touching, which is massive, but my fingers are closing like this. It sounds really weird, but I used to have this reoccurring as a kid, and I knew if I had that, I'd wake up ill, and I would wake up with like a fever or a headache or something. It was kind of like my body going into like being poorly.
Wow.
And I would always wake up after having that dream of trying to touch these weird floating shapes. Like some of them were like giant hula hoops and stuff, and I would be tiny, 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 and I could feel them in my fingers.
Well, that's crazy. That
Weird.
definitely means
Weird.
something.
But I used to have it all the time. Never had it since I was, I don't know, probably like mid-teens, I reckon. I'd have it all the way up until then.
Whoa, that's
Strange.
deep.
It's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like remember that vividly.
See, I have never had anything like that.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, maybe I'm a bit messed up. I don't know.
Maybe.
How do I? I'd just be best not to analyse it.
I know that when I was younger, I think all kids do it, don't they? When they dream, they do like reach out or sit up and talk and stuff. I think kids do that a lot more than adults do.
Yeah, lash out a bit and stuff.
Yeah. So I know that I've done that. I've definitely woken myself up before, like, and I'm sat up and like reaching for something that isn't actually there, or
So weird. Isn't it?
I've definitely done that.
So weird. Dreams are just bizarre. I don't know.
They're quite stressful.
It is stressful.
They can be.
It is stressful.
So the ninjas, then, they didn't hurt you?
Oh, so the ninjas didn't hurt. No, the ninjas were training the staff so we could all protect ourselves. But the staff were bad. The ninjas were bad. Like, they would, like, you know, try and do a high kick or something. I don't know if that's what ninjas do, but that's what in my head they were doing. But they would, like, miss the target totally. And these teachers are, like, falling over, and it was just really strange. And I just remember running through and doing my parkour and like running and staring, and then that's all I remember. And I remember just being really frustrated because I'm like, you guys have got to protect us. Like, we're protected now because I've done my ninja course, so I will protect you. But you guys are learning, and you're not doing, like, you know, I know people aren't great straight away, and I don't know how many times I have to do my ninja course to be good, but I was like really annoyed.
Oh, that needs some analysing, I think. Because I think that's you, like, being your authority figure, being like, come on.
Oh. But then it's also, like, I'm quite a balanced person, and I'm always quite, like, accepting of people if, like, you know, I don't get things straight away. And, you know, I know that things aren't easy for some people, and some people find it easier than others. And, like, it's not in my nature to look at someone struggling and being like, come on, sort your shit out. Like, but I think it was the protection side of it. Like, you're training to protect us. Like, and it was like they weren't putting effort in.
See, you're really getting annoyed about it.
It's all, but I'm annoyed at myself for feeling like that. Maybe like that's how I died. So maybe that's why I'm so tolerant as a real life person, because in my dreams I get all my intolerance out. I'm like, yeah, you sort your
Yeah, that seems likely.
Maybe.
Because you are very tolerant.
I'm quite a tolerant person. But that was just, I was so frustrated. So that was the ninja dream, and I had one more that I'd written down.
Okay, go on then.
All I put is end of the world nightmare.
Yeah, I'm reading that off your phone right now.
So
what does that mean?
It was like
apocalypse.
I don't know what the apocalypse was, but I was in a plane.
Yeah.
Escaping the apocalypse, but when we took off, the plane was a commercial jet.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the sky, this plane was like a blooming gigantic spaceship.
Oh.
And I was like floating, not floating, but I was like walking around this plane. Between the levels, there's different levels on the plane. And there was people I knew, and I think it was like, you know, my mum and dad and like friends and stuff. And they were on the plane, but I couldn't tell you who exactly. And we were escaping this apocalypse. But we're in a plane escaping it. Where we're going to go, I don't know. If the whole world's going to end, like, you can't go land a plane or nothing.
Were you going to a different planet?
Maybe, because it then turned into this spaceship. So it took off as a plane and then turned into like a big disc spaceship. But inside it, it was like a really fancy plane, like first class kind of.
Did it have a bar?
Probably, because I like to drink. So
yeah.
If it didn't, I would have not left this world without
it.
I mean, you can't deal with that scenario sober, can you? I mean, Jesus.
No. It would actually be better if you were a little bit.
It'd be much better. And I'm obviously fully ninja trained by this point.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, if anything does happen, I can at least, if there's aliens, I'm ninja trained, and I can save the world, and I can fly a plane in my dream as well.
But you wasn't flying this one?
No, I wasn't flying this one, but I know from previous dreams I can fly a plane.
Yeah. I'm not sure I would get in a plane that you were flying.
Well, I mean,
just saying.
You'd be totally safe in my dream.
I would put you in front of the ninjas though, if they needed to be fighting. I think you'd save my life that way, but I wouldn't get in a plane.
I would 100% put you in front of ninjas. Like you would seriously kick their ass.
No. I might look. These guns might look like they can. Yeah, but in reality, I fight like a girl. I actually do the thing, you know, where you close your eyes and just wave your arms around.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Yeah.
Have you?
Well, yeah. When I was younger.
Epic.
I got a black eye.
No.
Yeah. That was my first black eye I got. I've had several, but the others were all accidents.
Wow. This is impressive.
But the first black eye I got was because of a fight.
What was the other ones? We have still got this in dream time.
What? The other black eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the other one, a bar at the gym got dropped on my face.
Ooh.
Yeah, caused a black eye. And then I got one when I was working. So I was demonstrating something on the aerial hoop, and someone else was on the aerial hoop. They jumped off, they bailed out of something, and the hoop flicked back and hit me in the face.
I remember that was like last year, was it? Or a couple of years ago?
It was probably 2 years ago.
When I first started.
So you would have been, we would have known each other then. Yeah.
I remember that happening.
Yeah.
I don't remember the actual incident, but I remember seeing you like not long after.
Yeah. So it came up in like a big egg shape and it caused a black eye, and the black eye stuck around for ages. And I remember saying at the time, I was like, this is my second black eye in my 30s. This is not acceptable.
Oh, no.
Who gets black eyes in their 30s?
God.
Seriously.
Probably quite a few people. You find yourself when you're 30, don't you? So you just stop giving a shit about stuff.
Yeah.
You're just like, actually, I'll just crack on. I don't know. I assume that. I'm not there yet. Not long, but I'll report back in a year with my black eye.
Well, there you go. That's your mission. You should add that onto your list of 30 things to do before you're 30 is get a black eye. Have you ever had a black eye?
I think I have, but I can't remember how I did it. Oh no, I have from sailing. I've been hit in the face by the boom quite a few times with a black eye.
You're not a sailor unless that's happened to you, are you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You're not a good sailor unless that's happened to you. No. You're not a good sailor if that's happened to you.
Yeah.
If you can't get out of the way. But yeah, I think I've had one from that. I'm sure I've probably had plenty in my time. I'm so clumsy, it's just crazy. I've fallen over my own feet.
You are quite clumsy. I'm surprised you haven't had more injuries like that. But your clumsiness...
Touch wood.
Yeah, your clumsiness is quite minor. You're like just little
trip.
trips. Yeah.
I trip a lot.
Yeah, you do.
A hell of a lot.
I think it's because you're tall with long legs. You don't know how to use
big
them.
feet.
Oh, yeah.
I've got big feet, so that's why I trip over my feet. They're so big. But I used to be a lot more clumsy balance-wise as well. But since doing pole and like a lot more yoga, I'm so much more balanced. But I would literally fall over.
Really?
I used to just like wobble and fall. Whereas now I can kind of control myself and my core's a lot better.
Yeah, you've got core stability there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome.
That is all on you as well. That is all on you. But yeah, I've got big feet, long legs, and a tiny body, and I just don't know what to do with it all. I'm like Bambi on ice.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Whenever we go for a walk, because you talk a million miles an hour as well, so you're not concentrating on what you're walking on.
No, ever. Ever.
I love it.
It's just
very entertaining. I feel like I move quite slowly in comparison to you.
But you're like, just as fast, but you're graceful with it. Like you're kind of calm and collected, and you're not slow because you're speedy. Like we walk at the same pace.
Yeah.
But I'm erratic. I'm like, yeah, I'm just too much.
No, you're not too much.
Energy.
You do have a lot of energy. I'm very jealous. You know what that energy is? It's 20s energy.
Don't tell me this.
Yeah, it will all disappear.
Don't tell me this.
Come the end of the year when Gemma's 30.
Don't you dare tell me this. I'm going on this energy is because I'm so used to working events. I know how to run adrenaline and like no sleep and a lot of caffeine. But you're probably right. Oh,
yeah.
God. I'm gonna wake up in December and be like, well, that's it.
Yeah,
no energy.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, 30's hit me hard.
That's fun.
No, actually, 30's better than 29.
You've got loads of energy.
Yeah.
You are fine for energy.
I've got a list of 40 things to do before I'm 40, but I've got a lot more time to do that than you've got your list.
Yeah.
So you started your list this year.
Yeah.
And you've got until December.
Yeah. And then lockdown happened, so like 60% of the list got eliminated.
Yeah.
Because I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I've kind of tried to rewrite it.
Yes. And you've made it more lockdown friendly, haven't you?
Lockdown friendly, but I do feel like it's slightly cheating. But then what I've decided is the stuff that I can't do, I'm going to do from 31.
Oh, so that's still not that long. Why don't you just change it to 40 and then you can put
yeah.
really extravagant things
Yeah,
in
you're
there.
right. I'm going to
so
do
you've got
that.
a whole decade
I'm
to
gonna
do it.
that. That's smart.
Or do 2 lists.
No, I'm going to do all the stuff from 30 and then you're right, I'll do 40 before 40 and then make that list bigger. That's so much better.
Yeah, the trouble is with my 40 before 40, I've actually got 43 things on there, and I'm not willing to take anything off yet.
It's a minimum number. You just got to do at least 40 things before you're 40.
Yeah,
the more the better.
I keep trying to eliminate 3, so it is 40 things before I'm 40, but there's just nothing on there that I'm willing to let go of.
You shouldn't have to. The idea is to do more things, and it's like a driver to get you to get more motivated to do stuff.
Yeah. So
adding more stuff to it makes you more motivated.
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah. And some things are little, and some things are large, like big trips, first class.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's got to be done.
It's got to be done. I've got 7 years. It's all good. Wow, 6.
Yeah, Tommy's on there. You can barely pick that on the microphone.
Tommy.
6 years.
We have to see it in an orange. Was it an orange?
It's like a tiny little baby clementine.
Oh.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is. Right, let's end part 1 there.
Okay.
And then we'll be back for part 2, where we're going to talk about weird shit we do.
Exciting.
Literally wrote that down.
Weird
shit we do. And then we're going to review something, and then we're going to summarise.
Oh.
Okay.
Exciting.
Right, I'm going to end this one. Back in a mo.
Mo. You need like a little jingle.
Go on then.
That was horrendous, I'm sorry. I'll get better.
Love it.
That was funny.
We're going to wait for that to transfer.
Ah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was really fun. Was it right?
Yeah. No, it sucked.
No. Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. There's a song in it. Do it again.
That was good though.
It was good.
Oh, my dreams are weird. I'm weird. I wish I could remember them.
Well, this one,
mate.
man.
I can't tell you how much that used to mess me up.
Did that only occur to you when we started talking about
Just
it?
now, I remember, I get flashbacks every now and then of it, because it was like, for some reason it was torture. It was like being tortured. Ooh. So I'd be like in my sleep, and I'd be in this, and everything would be really tiny and really small, or really fucking big. And it was just like floating around, and I'd try and grab stuff, and I couldn't, and I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh God, I'm gonna be sick. Oh, it's horrible. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that sounds really stressful. But it also sounds like a dream that like young kids do have.
It's just why. Can I have a cereal bar? Do you mind if I grab a cereal bar out of the bag?
No, yeah, go for it.
Can you hear me? Thick, I'm like an old woman. My legs hurt so much.
You'll be fine.
Curvy.
They'll hurt more tomorrow as well.
Excellent. So whilst I'm at work, and
what cereal bar have you got?
it's a fibre 1 bar. Hold on.
No, I'm alright, thanks.
Oh, right. I'm sorry if you can hear me crunch. I can't really loudly.
The crunching's fine. I want this to process and save it before we do the next one.
Where does it go? Just
Where
like
does
that.
it go? Who knows? The cloud. Where's the cloud?
The sky.
No, so it literally gets saved in Anchor. So there you go. So then I'm going to drag that over.
So does Anchor where podcasts go?
Yeah, so Anchor's like a free...
Is yours live? Your other one live?
No, not yet.
When are you going to put it live?
As soon as I work out how. So then I'm going to save that episode. And then we've just got to like make it up. I'm going to put Gem 1. Blah. What was that?
What?
Did you not hear that?
No.
It sounded... save as draft. Okay. Right, I'm going to start that again.
Sick.